I've got a bunch of notes here, and I'll start by saying that Councilman Hafen's reading of the email is absolutely, obviously accurate, and I had first bullet point, my fault. I apparently have developed ADD at my old age, and I was truly worn out, and that is, I owe everybody in this room and the citizens of Mesquite an apology. We should have beat this out back then, but I got to tell you, we didn't have all the information back then. And when I said in that email, I'm willing to revisit this if we can show a hardship. I see a hardship, and I'll continue through my list here. But right now, it was my fault. We should have beat the fee thing to death back then, but we didn't have all the information then. We have a lot more information now. And frankly, kicking this thing down and delaying it, this is my last point, but I'll bring it right up here, delaying it, as Mr. Ballwig and somebody else has mentioned, we should have delayed it. Well, we'd still be having this conversation because now we know what the fee structures is in the other jurisdictions. We would be having that conversation today anyway, even if it was to approve the medical marijuana in Mesquite. The only difference is we'd be 1 year behind in the construction process. Instead of generating gross receipts by the end of this year and early next year, we would be doing it another year and a half from now. So nothing's changed in that respect. We just convened a business incentive committee, and they spent hours going through how do we incent businesses to come here and how do we keep the ones here surviving. I didn't see let's tax them out of business as one of the incentive and suggestions. I might have missed that, but I didn't see that as one of the suggestions. Let's tax them out of business before they open. Missed that one. The benefits to the city for a successful business are huge. Payroll circulation, property taxes, license fees, gross sales fees. There is no benefit to a business that doesn't succeed. The city does not benefit. This council ran on a pro-business platform, almost universally. Not selectively pro-business, but pro-business in general. We've lowered license fees, impact fees, streamlined application process. We've constantly evaluated how we can do it better. We have adjusted fees in the past. This isn't the first time. Then we do this one specific business because we don't philosophically agree with it, so we stick it to them. It appears that a small group who dislike the fact that the state, by vote, legalized medicinal marijuana now wants the city to be the cause of its failure. Basically, a bullet to the head of a business who invested $10 million, or will have shortly, in this city on a legal enterprise before they even get going. Mr. Ballwig, who I have a great deal of respect for and think is one of the smartest and most engaged, positive, and thoughtful people I know, and agree with him generally all the time, has consistently advocated for lower fees, a fair application of fees, full disclosure, lower impact fees, lower utility rates, and an equitable structure for all businesses. That's been his platform. In fact, he went so far to write a letter to the editor about equitable treatment of the Virgin Valley Water District, which I happen to agree with. And I will quote just a couple of quick lines here. All customers expect collection efforts to be consistently and fairly applied to all monies owed. And another one, all customers treated equally. Fair is fair, right? I have, his arguments, though, tonight basically fly in the face of all of his advocacy. The fee structure. The bottom line is the application of the gross receipts fees, if they were applied to low tech based on their 2008 report, instead of paying $1,111 for a 6-month gross receipts, or extrapolate for a year, $2,222, they would have paid $280,000 at this 7% rate. $2,200 bucks, $280,000. Are you kidding me? They're both legal businesses. They're both producing something. And let me give you a little idea. I got something in here. Where is it? There it is. Star Nurseries. They grow plants and they sell them. They have a grow facility and they have a production facility, right? they pay $1,510 on their gross sales. At the 7% rate, that would be $190,000. Fair is fair, right? So if we're going to stick these guys with 7%, let's do it to all of the businesses that sell something. Fair is fair. Where am I? There I am. Even at 3%, Deep Roots Medical is still paying 6 times what everybody else pays. The base rate, or the highest rate on the highest gross sales, which Mr. Baldwin falls into, which Star Nurseries falls into, which the Eureka Hotel and Casino, by the way, at 7%, they'd be paying $1 million in fees versus $8,500. Fair is fair, right? So the city of Las Vegas has 6% gross fees. Henderson's 6%. Between them, they have 27 approved facilities. We don't know how many are going to open, but that's 27 approved facilities. North Las Vegas is 2%, 2% in the green area or green zone, and 3% on all else. They have 48 approved grow facilities. Unincorporated Las Vegas, which is most of Las Vegas, folks. Las Vegas is like this big, although Mayor Goodman thinks it's this big. Unincorporated Vegas is 3% with 51 approved facilities. So that's 99 out of 126 are paying 3% or less. That's 80% plus. We need every one of our businesses to have a competitive, realistic chance to survive. And I don't care what we agreed to back then. I don't care. I take the blame. But we got to give them a chance. And I already addressed the putting it off didn't change anything. It just accelerated this discussion. And by the way, to address the other comment, these fees go to the city. They don't go to the state. And the city has not created any bureaucracy because of this license. Has any new employee been hired because of approving this license? No. So I don't understand that argument. Us collecting 7% or 3% is going to kill a business or let a business live. And it doesn't, one dime doesn't go to the state for their so-called bureaucracy. So I got to